this is Tina from Shabbydabbydoodah. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm back again with that folio that we have been making, and I have finished off the back half of it. So I'm just going to kind of show you. This is the back portion now, which is finished. I'm just going to move my camera slightly. So yeah, we've done these two sections together. Now I'm not going to necessarily do like a flip through because we're going to come back and do a, you know, a flip through at the end. Well, not at the end of this video, but you know, at the end of doing the folio. So I'm going to leave that. But I wanted to come along and do some filling of the pockets with you guys. So I've got a whole bunch of different things here. I've got some of my pieces printed on this buff coloured card or craft coloured card. I've got lots of my papers printed onto 110 GSM paper. They are white on the back, so I will probably be coffee dyeing kind of as we go if I'm using those. Then I've got some of this vintage sheet music. This one I'm really lucky because one side is black but the other side is blue, which obviously we've got a lot of blue in here. So I thought that was quite lovely. I've got some vintage documents here. Book page here, and some vintage documents here, which is in this brilliant pink colour, which I thought, wow, I mean, that's just going to look awesome on here. So yep, we're just going to kind of get started and make some bits and pieces to actually kind of pop into the journal. So let's start. We've got obviously this pocket here, so let's kind of just make some bits and pieces. Now I'm thinking kind of go very you know, like tactile here, layers and, you know, lots of different kind of bits and pieces. So I'm just going to take in a couple of my bits. Now I just want to check that that's going to tuck into that pocket. Yeah, only wanted to check that it was going to fit both, you know, widthways and kind of everything else. So I'm thinking we could have something like that there, and then layer up a little bit more with maybe some of our other papers. So like I said, I've got some of these from my botanical collection papers. So let's just take that down maybe about that wide. Okay, now I just like to tear this, you know, not saying always, but you know, I do quite often. So I just score where I need it to go. Yep, with my nails. No wonder I've got such shocking nails. Like that. And then, yeah, we've got our, it's not vellum, it's tracing paper. And I know I say that all the time, but, you know, just really emphasising, because otherwise a lot of people kind of ask and say, you know, where did you get your vellum? Or, you know, it's not vellum, it's tracing paper. So, yeah, I must kind of make that known. Now, I'm thinking maybe have it kind of like that layered, because we want to have lots of different bits kind of poking out, if you see what I mean. So we've got those. Now just behind my desk I think I've got some of those craft coloured pieces, and I've got these little packs of the craft packs. I've got these in my shop on my shabbydabbydoodah.co.uk website. So if you wanted to see, you know, or, yeah, see these, or, you know, look at these, they're on my website. So, you know, feel free to kind of go across and check those out. Actually might have to tear this down slightly more so that I get lots, you know, lots of bits showing, I think. So yeah, something like that I think looks pretty nice. And then we'll just mix in a couple of plain pieces as well, so that you've definitely got, you know, journaling paper. So I've got here some lined paper which has been food coloured. So I'm just going to cut that down. Oops. Cut that down like that. Okay. And then we can tuck that into the like bundle as well. Actually, I'll keep that little scrap because we might, oh gosh, might want that somewhere else. I don't know. But yeah, this looks really pretty. Now, do we want this under this bunch? Yeah, I mean, how gorgeous does that all look? I mean, it's just really coming together lovely, isn't it? Just now, let me think. Yeah, I probably am going to have to coffee dye this as we go, because once I've stapled it, it's, you know, going to be quite hard to get to. So I just like to keep sort of some coffee dye, you know, behind my desk. Now, when I say coffee dye, literally this is just coffee, you know, just black coffee. It's nothing kind of fancy or anything like that. Now, you do sometimes get like a skin kind of forming on the top, you know, of kind of like, yeah, mildew, I suppose. But you can peel that off, you know. I mean, I'm not saying you could do that, you know, if you left it there for too long, but if it's just there for a few days, you can normally kind of scrape that off, and then the beneath water is absolutely fine. Okay. Actually, it's quite a weak solution. You can probably see it's, yeah, it's probably a little bit too weak really, but it's fine. It's okay. So yeah, like that. And do we want one more sheet? I think maybe one more sheet, just so we've got plenty of journaling. So yeah, I'm just going to, I'll just coffee dye this one, and then we'll kind of tear it down afterwards. So just go around there. I mean, to be honest, even if you make your coffee solution very, very mild, like this one, it still adds something to the paper. I mean, it is colour in it, as you can see, you know, it definitely is colour in it. But just the process of doing this, it kind of texturises your paper anyway. So even if you know, were disappointed and didn't get much colour, it does kind of texturise your paper and kind of give it that sort of, not crinkly, but, you know, slightly more worn type effect. So, you know, it's still worth doing, even if you kind of think, oh, that's, you know, that's not as strong as I would have liked. It's still worth doing, because it is actually going to add texture, if nothing else. Okay. So, yeah. You know, and for anyone who's not seen the other videos, I mean, basically, you know, these are the folio skeletons, or folio, you know, bases or bodies, or, you know, naked skeletons. Naked skeletons? Naked folios. Naked folios that I've got on my website. And, yeah, basically, all that we're doing is, you know, this little series of videos have been to show, you know, if you were to purchase one, just giving a little few ideas as to the types of things that you might, you know, might want to do with your folios. And, you know, definitely not saying this is, you know, stuff you have to do, or you have to have done it how I've done mine. Not at all, not at all. But just, you know, hopefully given a little bit of inspiration and ideas. So, okay, now do we want just one staple? Because that's another thing, is, you know, like over time we really change our styles, don't we? And just lately I've been quite liking just doing like one random kind of staple. Oh, there comes the dog. Just one random staple, but I used to always do like, say, 3 going across the top. Now the only thing is that's quite loose, as you can see. I mean, it's not going anywhere, but it's just something to be, you know, aware of. You might not actually like just the one staple kind of method, you know. So yeah, it's worth playing and seeing what you like. Now I have used a lot of my little flower trims in the folio itself, so I'm just looking to see if I want to have one on here at all. I mean, that's quite cute down there, to be honest. So yeah, just going to pop that on there. And again, they're on my website. So there we go. And that's the first piece then done. Slip that into the pocket. Now I have to say, this is very soggy. It's not really dry at the side, so just got to be a bit careful in case I tear it. But yeah, isn't that gorgeous? So I mean, straight away that looks amazing, doesn't it? Just, you know, oh, love how that looks. So let's open it up and then let's see what else we might like. So we want to put some things obviously in here, and then we've got, was that a top loading pocket in the end? No, a side loading pocket there and a side loading pocket there. So we just want to kind of fill our pockets. We've also got a belly band there, and yeah, a big pocket here. So again, in here I might do kind of quite a similar thing, in that make a bundle of papers, because, you know, it's really nice to kind of have you know, bundles, because that's how you're going to build up your journaling space. I mean, obviously you can have lots of journal cards, you know, and that's going to work out absolutely fine too. But another thing that I think is quite nice to do is have lots of, you know, yeah, bundle type bits. So I'm just wondering, no, I don't want to have that because that's going to be way too same colory, isn't it, to use. But let's just take this down. So now I didn't coffee dye any of these papers. I have inked them up so they look, you know, coloured with ink, but I did not coffee dye any of them. So yeah, just kind of worth bearing that in mind as well. I'm just going to go down this side here. Okay. So what I'm going to do is build up a little flippy pad that's going to go in here. Now I probably need to take that down slightly more. Yeah, because obviously, you know, oops, oh no, that's fine. The folder's here. But I'm going to put these inside a little folder. So let's just layer up a few bits. So yeah, let's just take this one. Okay, so we're using lots of obviously same colours, same papers, you know, that we've got flowing throughout the folio. So again, we've got that really nice cohesive kind of feel, but we're just using them now in a different, you know, different way. So yeah, now thinking, do I want this as my kind of like folio cover? I mean, it's quite nice, isn't it? Let me just see. I'm loving these botanical pages, you know, in here. They look really good, don't they? So I just need to decide which one do I like the best to have as like the cover for the outer cover. Okay, well I might do the first one, to be honest. So yeah, now I'm probably going to have to make this slightly smaller. So I'm just going to go in like that. And then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to cut down this side. Because obviously, you know, this has got to be tucked into that pocket and, you know, have like a little flippy pad inside it, if you see what I mean. So, you know, I need to kind of be mindful that it's going to fit. So just squishing that down like that. And then I'm going to obviously need to cut that down. Might cut it top and bottom, we'll just see. So there, and yeah, just a bit across the top as well. Oh my goodness, what shoddy cutting. Absolutely appalling. But it's fine because I'm going to be coffee dyeing this. So it's all going to kind of like blend in. Right, so as you can see, that just tucks into that pocket nicely. We've got plenty of room for the fold. So what I can do is inside here, obviously as you can see, it's, you know, glaring white, but inside here we can build up lots of layers like a flippy pad, but let's cut that down at the top, so I'll just keep that little bit of script going. Like a flippy pad, but inside our flippy out. Flippy pad, flippy out, you know, everything's just flipping about. So yeah, like that, I think. So let's just take another couple of pages. So I'm wondering whether we might have a bit of our, oh actually, oh what a wally. Should have done it this way so as I could keep those titles. So I spotted them at the last minute. Right. Okay, so just going to, yeah, do it like that, I think. Let me just see what other paper I have got here that I can put inside. Oh, I have got some of this gorgeous internal envelope. I love using this, and I know, you know, I've talked about this loads of times, but yeah, just got it from Amazon. You know, it's those internal envelopes that you get in kind of office places, and it's not the cheapest, I have to say. I mean, I bought, I actually can't remember, but it might have been 50 of them, and I think it was like It's a long time ago actually, so I'd best not really quote because I might get this completely wrong. But it wasn't the cheapest anyway. They were a bit of a splurgy, you know, splurgy purchase, and I kind of had to think, oh, do I really want them? But I really love them. I'm really pleased that I did buy them. And I have used them so many times. You know, I've obviously got lots left, but yeah, I've used them a lot, you know, and I still absolutely love them. So definitely they were worth, you know, for me, they were worth the purchase, you know, the purchase price, which, like I say, felt very extravagant when I bought them. But I just love the look. I love this kind of grid system that they've got going on. The fact that they're not just plain envelopes. I mean, I just think that looks really, really cool, doesn't it? You know, they look really awesome. So, yeah, just layering up some more bits. Like I say, I am going to coffee dye these. So, you know, they're not going to just stay plain. I've got some pink here. This was just laying around on my desk from something else that I had been doing. But maybe just take that. It's kind of sideways on now, but that's fine. You know, because you want it to look eclectic and, you know, yeah, bunched and eclectic, because otherwise it's just going to look really boring and rubbish. So yeah, we're going to get lots of those like that. I could do with probably some plain in there, which I'm now thinking plain is the one paper I didn't bring along with me. Got a whole bunch of, you name it, I've got it sat here. Patterned papers, but I actually don't think I've bought any plain paper other than that lined paper, but I don't want to have used it all in this first pocket, if you see what I mean. I'm just rummaging on my desk. My desk is so messy at the moment, you would not believe it. Well, I mean, you probably would, but very messy. I feel ashamed of myself, thoroughly ashamed of myself. Right, okay, so I'm going to take it here. So, you know, we've got plenty of that green still left that we can use in some other things. So, okay, like that. And then just going to, again, tear that down. Might even have it this way up. I mean, this is just regular notepad paper, you know, just taken from a notepad. And obviously then I just, you know, food colour dyed it. But it looks really pretty, doesn't it? So, yeah, we're going to have that like that. Now, like I say, I am going to, you know, probably add some other sheets of paper into there. So for the moment, I'm not going to actually kind of attach it because I don't want to do that and then, you know, not be able to add some extra sheets of paper. So let me just quickly coffee dye this, just so that you can see kind of how this is going to look when it's, you know, finished. So yeah, bit of coffee dye. Okay, and this is just 110 GSM. So, and I know I say this all the time, but normal copy paper is around about 70. So, you know, it's definitely, this is not card, but it is, you know, it is much thicker than a normal copy paper thickness. You know, which is nice, you know, because you don't have to worry quite so much about tearing it. I mean, obviously it's going to tear very easily. It's not card, you know, and hey, I could still tear card, but it's definitely, you know, a bit better than using kind of very thin paper. I'm so sorry if you can hear that. It's my son, so with the dog. So yeah, she's obviously left the room. I think I was in the middle of this video when she came in, or I could have been doing my last one. So apologies again, because yes, that's why I've got paint on my hands from my last video. So sorry about that. But literally, I kind of stopped recording and went straight on to this one. So there was kind of like no time for stopping. I just went, you know, straight on to the next video. Okay, right, there we go. So yeah, that's coffee dyed. I might even coffee dye this, to be honest, more for the texture again rather than colour. But you know, like I just said, it does give it then this kind of like different feel. So, you know, it is kind of still worth putting some coffee dye down, because you're going to then give it a different sort of feel to it. So let's just quickly dry these off. Okay. Oh, it's such a lovely day outside. It's, yeah, a gorgeous spring day. It is looking lovely. I mean, I took my daughter to school and it was already nice, you know. I mean, I just wore kind of like, you know, my jumper that I have on and a very thin jacket. I didn't have to kind of put a coat on or anything. Didn't even do my jacket up. So, yeah, really lovely day. I mean, you did still need a jacket, you know, it wasn't like not jacket weather, but hopefully by lunchtime it will be, you know, jacket off weather. Oh, the sunshine just makes you feel so much better, doesn't it? I just think it cheers you up so much, you know, to see the sun. It's like, oh gosh, that was what I was needing, a bit of sunshine. Okay, so yeah, just giving this a bit of a blast. Okay. There we go. And this one. Okay. And then, you know, obviously these are going to be soggy. They are definitely not dry. You know, they still are soggy. But I'm just kind of drying them off a bit so that I can then, you know, pile them back up into their little book. Hold on. Right, sorry about that. That was my son again. So I have just got some food coloured paper whilst I stop the video. So just to kind of demonstrate, this is how I'm going to be, you know, piling it up. So I'm just going to kind of include this in my little bundle, basically. So just take that down and, yeah, snip that down, actually. Oh, I'm just being really stingy now, thinking, oh, how can I get more from this? Oh, dear. Isn't it pathetic, you know, that we have to be so, you know, such incredible hoarders? And, you know, maybe we're not all. Maybe it's just me, but, yeah. I'm thinking kind of go down here and then I'm just going to tear across here, that hopefully I'm going to be able to slot into there. Oops, got it the wrong way up. Oh no, I've got those wrong way up. Okay. Right. Obviously this is very soggy still, you know, because I didn't dry it properly. So, you know, if you're kind of thinking, oh my goodness, that looks awful. Yes, it's because it's very soggy. This, very, very soggy. So, you know, it's definitely not a robust piece yet. But as it dries, it obviously firms up, you know, and will get, you know, better and more stable. Where was I having this one? Was I having this poking out here? Yeah. So, okay, loving all these colours together. You know, obviously I'm kind of embracing the colour. Now this one I'm going to staple across. You know what we talked about just now when I said, you know, I normally kind of tend to just staple 3 staples, or, you know, I guess more if it's a very wide piece. So I'm just going to kind of do that with this one. Now I've got this piece slightly flapping, so I'm just going to just dab a little touch of glue just to hold that down there. Again, you know, not really essential to have to do that, but just, you know, just to be on the safe side. So that's that piece, and then that is going to tuck in here like that. And you could also put like a little closure obviously on here, or you could just hold it closed with a paper clip or something, to be honest. Now you could glue this in like that so it's actually kind of an attached piece, or you could just leave it like a little wrapped piece. I don't mind either, actually. You know, if I'm truthful, I think, yeah, I think either work quite nicely. I'm just wondering whether I wanted to have this man on there. Don't know. Well, we used a lot of tickets, didn't we? So let me just see whether I've still got some tickets laying about. Aha, I thought I must have, but I couldn't quite be sure of it. So, okay, right, yeah, it's all buried because it's, you know, a couple of days obviously since I did that part of the video. Oh, that's the postman, so hopefully someone get that. Right, thinking put that down there, and I'm just going to, yeah, I might just hot glue that on actually. Just again, just being lazy, putting the hot glue on here, really. So, like that. Okay. Oh, hold on, it's my mum and dad. I'm so sorry about that. That's my mum and dad, and yeah, they've come around to try and unblock my toilet. And I filmed another video talking about this, but they may not go up consecutively, so I'm just putting it out there. My toilet hopefully hasn't been blocked twice. This is still the same incident. It's, yeah, from putting my dog toilet down the toilet, because unfortunately she does go to the toilet sometimes in the house, and, you know, yeah, it is what it is. So, you know, yeah, I've kind of like, you know, normally just bunch it up and obviously put it down the loo. And then I think my daughter then put a whole bunch of it down the toilet. And I do apologise for talking about this. But I just want to explain, you know, why I'm here and my mum and dad are downstairs. But yeah, I mean, my mum hasn't obviously come to do it. But yeah, my dad has come round to try and unblock the toilet for me. Because, oh my goodness, tried all sorts yesterday. My friend was here trying to do it. No, could not unblock it. So I'm really hoping that my dad can do it today, because I don't want to have to get a plumber out. Yeah, so fingers crossed, really. Fingers crossed. But yeah, I said to my daughter, you must not use kitchen towel to gather up her toilet. You mustn't, you know, put a whole bunch of it down the toilet. You know, just a small amount, let it drop, you know. So sorry that I'm being really, really explicit. But yeah, I'm so sorry if you can just hear all chatter now downstairs. But right, so I'm just going to now take this here. So I'm just cutting up basically the pieces that I had laying around yesterday and just kind of popping them in. We made a little tuck spot here, so we can put that one in there. You know, just filling up all of my little bits. That wasn't a pocket, so that's fine. So this one here, still haven't quite decided. I don't know whether to actually put that in fixed in or just have it as a little bundle. I mean, I'm kind of quite liking it as a little bundle, if I'm truthful. I think that is quite nice. And what we could do is pop a little paper clip on the side. I'm just going to see if I've got one ready made. I mean, I do have lots of paper clips obviously ready made, but you know, like all these things, never got quite the one that you want, have you? But actually that one looks quite good. So yeah, let's just ink this up a little bit, and then hopefully this will look fine. So yeah, pop that on there. Oh no, it's the wrong way round. Oh, isn't this always the way? And I heard Yvonne Preston say Artie Mays makes paper clips, but she doesn't glue them in until she comes to use them. She just hooks them over the paper clip, and then she can decide whether they need to be a left or a right-handed one. Can completely see why you would do that. Well, I mean, I always could see why you would do that, but yeah, I haven't started doing that myself, but now wishing I had. But that's okay, we've put it in like that, so that's all fine. Right, we've got this one here, and we've just got a little pocket there, so I'm just going to quickly cut out just another journal card that we're just going to slip into there. So let's just have a look. Okay, oh, that feels like a little bit colourless actually, so let's just let's take a photograph instead. Oh gosh, I'm not sure whether that's going to fit into there. Okay, so I think maybe my dad's come around with his mate as well, so honestly everyone's involved with my toilet now, so oh dear. Oh right, okay, let's just go there like that. Now, oh, she's not now going to fit in there. Oh, it gets worse and worse, doesn't it? Right, she's not going to fit in there. So what we could do is make a little fold out like flippy piece. So let's move this to one side, And let's just take a strip. So I'm going to just take a strip from this, which is my damask papers. Just cut a little strip like that. Okay, and then let's just, oops, just quickly coffee dye that. You know, again, just, you know, giving it the texture and also, you know, making it look sort of more vintage in colour. So just go down there, okay, like that. Right, I'm just going to quickly dry that off with the heat tool. Hold on. Right, okay, so then all you do, and we have done these in a mass make, but just, you know, in case you didn't see them or in case you've, you know, you've not seen these before, we just fold this over at the top like that to create a, you know, like a little faux envelope kind of piece, or maybe like a paper plane. And then we just fold this up like that and like that, okay, and then fold this down on itself like that, okay, and then that hopefully will just slip into that little pocket. And you know, it's then got all the interest because you've got the flap tucked out. Now I have to say this is too soggy, I can't tuck it in because this is obviously going to tear, it's still soaking wet. But when that dries, obviously I can trim it up at the sides if I need to, but that will then slot into there and the little, you know, envelope tuck thing will be poking out. So that's how it won't then go too far into that pocket. And again, that just kind of creates a little bit of interest, you know, makes it look, you know, more fun, I guess, than just having just a flat journal card. And then you could add something like, you know, say like a little flower or something, which again then has that continuity for tying it in with the other pieces that we've put in here. And exactly the same for all of these journal pieces. So anything at all, you know, you could add some of the elements that you've put in other places that then keep it kind of looking the same. So like here, I'll just pop a little, I nearly called it a cherry, but a little rosebud there. And that then just ties that in with everything else in here. So yeah, I mean, basically, you know, that's kind of the gist of the types of things that I'm going to be putting in. Obviously we've got loads of different pockets because we created a lot of different pockets here. We've got some little tucks in here, so it's going to be a mixture of kind of made up bundles and scrappy pads and things like that, and you know, printed journal cards, you know, printed photographs and things that we can just tuck in. So it's going to be like super interactive, and yeah, loads and loads of different bits that you can then pull out and then, you know, look at and things. Oops, I don't know what was going on with this. I didn't obviously put it in anywhere. I don't know where I was thinking of putting it, to be honest. Anyway, so that's going to be, you know, how I'm going to continue. And yeah, I hope that this has given you some ideas. If you've, you know, purchased one of the folios, or, you know, if they're all still sat there and, you know, you're maybe wondering how you could work with it, hopefully this has given you some ideas. Obviously I will come back and we will do the cover together. I haven't decided yet what I'm going to do with my cover. But we'll come back and we'll do that, you know, do that together. So yeah, I best go downstairs now and check out how it's all going down there. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks then. Bye.